everyone. Silver Joker here. Okay, so I'm back with a good friend of mine. You guys all know him, Silver 5150. I got him under contract, so he's contracted under penalty of legal action if he doesn't give me at least 4 more podcasts. Just kidding. I'm glad to have you, Silver 5150. How you doing, my friend?
Doing great, Silver Joker. Thanks for having me. Always fun to be on the show.
Well, it's great that you're retired now, so I have more access to some of your time. So that's a good thing. So I'm going to utilize that by getting right into this. Now, is there something you want to say before we get started? Because this is going to be pretty intense. I want to let you know now.
Well, I'm just going to tell you, in the movie The Highlander, there's always this thing called the quickening. And when we see some of the events that have happened in the last couple of weeks, man, it's been monstrous. There's things going over on Japan. You guys are probably aware of that. An event that took place there. There's been an upheaval in the parliament in Great Britain. All right. And look at the timing. The timing is very suspect as to the types of events we're going through right now. As we get into July, and we're coming up on new interest rate hikes, and we're going to have the Fed, draw down its balance sheet for the first time ever. And, we have all these other economic events going on. Cryptos are in trouble, and exchanges are locked, and all this stuff. People ask me, they say, hey, well, what do you think about silver? Is the price, is silver, is it slowing down, the sales and stuff? It seems like the bloom's off the rose. I couldn't disagree more. And I will tell you this, I've noticed in certain particular corners of purchasing, say if you're talking about high-end items or you're talking about collectible type things that are specialized, yes, there's definitely a slowdown in those types of items in silver. But when it comes to the generic, we're talking about the old standbys here. The generic 1 ounce and 2 ounce rounds, 1 ounce bars, good luck finding those. Because those are the first things off the shelves. Now, what does that tell me? That tells me 2 things. It tells me that, A, there hasn't been any waning, per se, in the stacking of silver, because we're talking about pure stacking. The second thing it tells me is that the videos are working. Your videos, the guys out there, you guys that are still out there posting, thank God for you, because you're getting the message out and you're showing people the way to try to ward off these political and economic tail risk. And that's the way to do it. So as far as the specialized stuff, like some of the stuff I've got here, some of the stuff you've got there may have been a slowdown in those higher end retail items, but the basic, generic entry level stuff, not a chance.
Okay, so we are talking about silver and stacking today. We're talking about how we can continue to get that silver in our stack. Now, I know you continue to stack. So do I. A lot of other content providers here in the silver stacking community, we continue to stack silver. So in your opinion, how is all of the stuff that's going on in the world today, how is that affecting your stacking personally? And how do you see it maybe affecting stacking in general?
Well, I can tell you, when you see the interest rate hikes, for example, not really affect, say, the stock market. Everybody thought the stock market was going to plunge when the Fed did their June hike, for example. And it dropped a little bit, but it didn't do too much. When you see that happening, that means that there is some backroom, shenanigans going on to try to keep the machine going. So the longer they take to allow economic reality to set in, the longer it's going to take for us to get past whatever these inflationary pressures we're going to experience will be. So that told me that I needed to increase my longevity as far as being able to live the silver lifestyle. So that meant I needed more pieces of silver. Whether I could find cheaper pieces in the 1 ounce and 2 ounce denominations, 5 ounce bars, probably, whatever has the best deal and stuff. But again, for me, I've been a big proponent of the fractional, incremental silver stacking. You can buy, something as small as a silver gram bar, if that's all you can afford at the time, or a silver dime size round or coin. And so, that's where I've been going. Any little bit of money I had to spend on silver, I'd buy just as little as I can. And those are some very nice baby eagles you got there. I'm going to have to go ahead and have you send those to me. Thanks. So that's where I'm at.
They're in the mail. But I think that's a good point. So that's what I was going to ask you. What have you done? How do you continue to increase your stack?
When I go after the fractional pieces, you want to really, really try to appeal to your local coin shops for that stuff. Because if you go online and try to pursue fractionals, what you're going to run into is these volume pricing schedules. And there's going to be that. There's going to be possibly some tax, issues added to it. There's going to be shipping issues. And so it just takes away the advantage of stacking a smaller denomination. So you want to try to go after those in your LCSs if you can get them. Now, if you can't do that, what you probably need to do is you need to hold off until you have enough capital together to where you can take advantage of the volume pricing. But of course, just shop your buns off. Look for the best deals you can on anything.
Okay, speaking of which, I know you are not a big-time prepper, but I know you have increased the intensity of your preparation or your acquisitions when it comes to durable goods. Can you speak a little bit about that?
I'm glad you brought that up, because the thing is, we talk about values investing. Values investing is you're basically going after anything that has, commodity. Silver Joker always refers to the value of silver versus, say, the dollar-denominated numbers and all this stuff. And it's very, very important to realize this. There is actually periods in time, small pockets in time, where there are things that are more valuable to purchase at the time using dollars than, say, precious metals. Very few and very short, these windows are. But when they make themselves available, you need to be savvy enough to know what you're looking at and know that you actually can extract more value by, say, buying an extra pack of paper towels or some toothpicks or, anything durable you can think of. And then even sort of non-durable goods, frozen items or, vacuum sealed items that you can see will be of very, very great value in your future. You want to go ahead and do that. That's what I've been doing. But any normal person can look and see the things they need, the things they use, and go, okay, if I see a good price on socks, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to load the boat, to the extent that it makes sense to do that. So that's what I've been doing.
Well, you're right. When you're stacking, always keep in mind that there's other things you can be thinking about besides just physical bullion. There's other things that you're going to need besides physical silver that are just as important that you need to be thinking about too. But it's not time to panic.
No.
By any stretch of the imagination, it's not time to panic, but it's definitely time to take a look around you and kind of decide where we may be a year from now. The only thing you can do is prepare for it. But you do your own thing. If silver's not for you, don't buy it.
What you need to understand is the monetary metals, what they allow you to do is they allow you to lock in your time and effort and labor to be released at any time you see fit under any financial circumstances. They can change the currencies. They could go to CBDC. They could go to cryptos, whatever they want to go to. But you can bet your sweet bippy that when the smoke clears and they come up with their newfangled, MacGuffin, that you can take your precious metals and convert that into whatever they got, because this is better than that. Let's be honest, when it comes to money, Silver Joker, he's okay with currency, but he likes super money, people. Silver is super money, all right? And if you think that the media and the talk about it is gone crazy now with all the things that are going on, you wait until silver starts to approach its true purpose in our lives. You think there's chatter now, there's going to be all kinds of stuff going on. And if you think I'm not going to be part of that, you got to be kidding.
Anyway, I appreciate you guys stopping by. Is there anything you want to add, Silver 5150?
Keep stacking and also try to find value in things that are not necessarily monetary metals, things that you'll need if there's shortages in other commodities.
Absolutely. Now, the silver train is rolling. We're going to continue to roll. We have not even approached the end of the line yet. We're still on this journey. You guys are welcome to join us. Plenty of room on the silver train. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Keep stacking. Peace.
Ha 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 ha.